I'm Kathy, a registered dietitian, nutritionist, and certified personal trainer, back to talk all things nutrition and wellness for active women over 40. So, when I got into the perimenopause space a few years ago, it was relatively new. There were some researchers who had dedicated their life to building, a body of research on women who were in this phase of life. And they had been in it for many, many years, but it was really just kind of becoming noteworthy. It was just getting out to the health industry and to the public. And you didn't hear much about it. It was still kind of taboo to talk about menopause or perimenopause. And now, 3 years later, we're everywhere. We're being targeted. Every time I open social media, it's perimenopause this, perimenopause that, perimenopause this. And everybody has an opinion of you have to do this, whether it's exercise or a certain type of exercise or a certain way of eating or, all of these biohacking things like red light and all of these different things. Everybody has something they're trying to sell you. Or they're telling you, you absolutely cannot eat this. You should never do this. And then, of course, again, they're trying to sell you something, usually a supplement of some kind, because the supplement industry is the Wild West. And basically, you can just kind of throw things together and call it a supplement and sell it. So, word to the wise, consumer beware with supplements. Definitely always do your research. But I wanted to do a video kind of outlining some of the things that I see to look out for that will cue you in that this is someone who does not have a legitimate evidence-based message. They are just trying to sell you something, or they're an influencer just trying to get follows. So let's start with, if they claim results that seem too good to be true, it's too good to be true. Something like 50-pound weight loss in 2 months, not possible. It's not going to happen. So just if it seems like, oh my gosh, I've never heard of anything like that, it's not going to happen. It's too good to be true. Kind of along those lines as well is if they guarantee a certain result, but they're not willing to back it up with money back guarantee, then yeah, it's not going to happen. And to be honest with you, even if they do have a money back offer, there's nothing that you can guarantee. There's no result that you can absolutely 100% guarantee with a woman in perimenopause. Our hormones are all over the place. One woman may have a certain level of estrogen and progesterone while another woman's completely different. And that will impact how your body responds to lifestyle, including nutrition and exercise. And so to guarantee a certain outcome for every single woman who follows your program is not possible. Everybody is going to respond differently. Next, if they push for elimination or severe restriction of an entire food group, walk away, okay? You don't want to cut out carbs. You don't need to cut out nightshade vegetables or oatmeal or anything of that nature. Like, you should have a balanced, varied diet. Yes, absolutely. The quality of the food you eat matters more than ever. So having good, nutritious whole foods, always advisable at any stage of life. But cutting out whole food groups, unless you have an allergy, like in the case of, say, celiac, you can't have gluten, which not really an allergy, but you have to cut out a food group because your body responds very badly to it, then of course that's a different topic. But just in the course of trying to get a good, healthy, balanced diet, cutting out any of your macronutrients or entire food groups is not advisable. If they claim that one food, and this is kind of the opposite of that, if they claim that one food or food group is going to cure all of your ails, no, there is no one food that does that. We like to call certain foods superfoods because they have high levels of certain nutrients or antioxidants or something. And that just means that they're a great healthy addition to your diet. But it doesn't mean that you should eat them at the expense of other foods. It just means, hey, this is a great thing to include in your routine. But there is no one food in the world that is going to cure everything that ails you. All right. And that's reminiscent of, what was that guy's name? I forget his name, but he was pushing celery juice for everything to cure cancer and everything. No, sorry, not going to work. Okay. If they claim that a supplement that they have is absolutely necessary to get the results that they're trying to push, be very wary. Like we talked about at the beginning, the supplement industry is the Wild West. And unless you're getting supplements from a very reputable distributor that has been third-party tested, there is absolutely no way of knowing that what they say is in the supplement is exactly what is in the supplement without anything extra or crazy dosages that haven't been accounted for. Additionally, supplements should just be that, supplements. Most of your nutrients should be coming from the foods that you eat. And if you have a good, varied, balanced, nutritious diet, supplements really are just to fill in any gaps, any deficiencies that you have. And then there are a few supplements that are helpful for just feeling better, but those are few and far between. Most of the supplements that we take should just be to fill in deficiencies or gaps in our diet. And really, I would encourage you, if you're looking into supplements, to talk to a dietitian or your doctor about whether or not they're necessary or safe. Okay. If they tell you that you don't need to eat vegetables or exercise to get the results that they're claiming, be very wary. Okay? Not eating vegetables or fruits or moving your body is going to set you up for long-term health issues. You may, whatever their plan or routine is, it may make you feel better in the short term, but in the long term, really honestly, the tried and true diet and exercise is the only way to have longevity, good health for the remainder of your life. And not just good health, because health really is kind of absence of disease, but to feel well. So don't fall for any, I know it's really easy to kind of feel like, oh, well, this is super easy. I don't have to add an exercise routine to my already busy schedule, and I can lose X number of pounds or gain X amount of energy. It's really, really tempting to want to believe that it's going to work, but really, even now in the day and age of GLP-1s, there is no magic bullet. Even GLP-1s are not a magic bullet, and without diving deep into that, like, people on GLP-1s who don't do diet and exercise do plateau and stop getting results over time. All right, no magic bullet. Diet and exercise, only way to really get good health results. And if it involves extreme caloric restriction. Ladies, if you're getting all of the perimenopausal messages on your social media, you probably have heard that over-restriction does not work at this phase of life. And to be honest with you, we really shouldn't be restricting at any age, but our bodies are less resilient to the stress that caloric restriction puts on your body. And so it just increases that stress and can increase the perimenopausal symptoms and discomfort and all of that good stuff. And honestly, bone and muscle loss. That is a concern as we get older. And so we got to maintain that stuff so that we can stay active in our 80s and 90s. All right, short and simple, not going to keep going on, but if you have any tips that would alert you to a snake oil salesman that I missed, definitely message me. Join us over in the Facebook group, Fit, Fearless, and Fed Women Run the World. And until next time, have a wonderful week.